After completion of decomposition reaction, let us look into displacement reaction. Displacement reaction occurs when a single element displaces another element in the reactants to produce new products. In simpler way, we can say that one element replaces with the other element to produce new products. The general representation is A, B, plus C gives A plus CB, or A plus BC gives B plus A, B. In other words, displacement reaction takes place when more active element displaces with the less active element from its salt solution. Here are some examples for displacement reactions. Example 1. Displacement reaction for zinc metal. The word equation is zinc plus copper sulfate on displacement gives zinc sulfate plus copper. Here on left hand side zinc, which is an element, copper sulfate, which is a compound, are called reactants, and right hand side, zinc sulfate, which is a compound, and copper, which is an element, are called products. The chemical equation is: in this reaction, copper displaces with zinc in copper sulfate solution to produce zinc sulfate. Let us look into the second example. Displacement reaction for copper chloride. The word equation is copper chloride plus lead gives lead chloride plus copper. Here on left hand side, copper chloride, that is a compound, and lead, that is an element, are called reactants, and on right hand side, lead chloride, which is a compound, and copper, which is an element, are called products. The chemical equation is: in this reaction, lead displaces copper to produce lead chloride and copper. Let us do an experiment to understand displacement reaction. The experiment is reaction of iron nails with copper sulfate solution. The apparatus required for this experiment are 2 test tubes, 3 iron nails, sandpaper, and thread. The chemicals required for this experiment is copper sulfate solution. Please follow the precaution during the experiment. Iron nails should be very clean. If not, please use sandpaper to clean them. Let us start the experiment. Take 2 clean test tubes and mark them as A and B. In each test tube, take 10 milliliters of copper sulfate solution. Note that initially copper sulfate solution is blue in color, and all the nails are in silvery gray color. Tie 2 iron nails with a thread, and slowly immerse them in the copper sulfate solution in test tube B, for about 20 minutes. Keep one iron nail aside for comparison at the end of the experiment. After 20 minutes, take out iron nails from copper sulfate. We observe that the surface of iron nails is covered with a brick red deposit, and compare with the nail kept aside. This is due to deposition of copper on iron. Compare the color of the copper sulfate solutions in A and B. When we compare the solution, we observe that the color of copper sulfate solution fades to lighter color compared to original. The conclusions for this experiment are: brick red deposit on the iron nails is due to deposition of copper metal. The blue color of copper sulfate fades due to decrease in the copper ions in the solution. This reaction between iron and copper sulfate solution is called displacement reaction. Please note that if the nails are kept in copper sulfate solution for long hours, then the blue color completely disappears and replaces with a light green solution. This is because copper ions are completely displaced by iron ions. The chemical equation of this reaction is: